Afternoon, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. So I just left work about 20 minutes ago, and heading back home now. Just stopped in. Just stopped in at my little local restaurant guy. Got a Thai guy down the road who does nice food. So I stopped in and had just a quick Thai meal for dinner. And traffic's pretty heavy today. If you guys watched my stream last night, you knew I was heading home at about 8 o'clock, and there was almost no traffic on the road. It was a lot quieter. But tonight is kind of like traveling in peak hour now, so I think it must be about 5 o'clock now almost. So it's super busy now. A lot of people just finished work now, 4:30, 5 o'clock, heading home. And if you guys don't know where this is in London, this is kind of Battersea, I think. And if you turn right up here, takes you up to Clapham Common. It's about a mile and a half, 2 miles down the road to Clapham Common. There's quite a nice cool breeze today, this afternoon. Last night when I was riding home about 8:30, it was really nice and cool. I kind of did a live stream and I forgot my microphone. So when I watched the live stream the next day, I couldn't really hear anything, but hopefully my microphone's working okay today and you guys can hear me okay. So if you can hear me, feel free to post a comment just so I know it's working. And if anybody's watching in London, you guys will be happy the heat's kind of gone out of the week. If you remember Monday, Tuesday, it was so hot. Got up to what, 30, 33, 32, 30, I think 32 on Monday and 33 on Tuesday. My office was, I work in like a 5-story office building, and because I have to deal with all sorts of other departments, I'm constantly walking up and down because the lift takes too long. It was like 38 degrees in our office. I did like 20,000 steps in that heat on Tuesday because I was going up and down. Did over 50 floors in one day. And honestly, my hair was just wet. I was just walking up and down and the heat was like, we got no aircon in there. So the building just once it heats up, like the weekend heated the building up and it got up to like 38 degrees. And once it gets up to that temperature, it just won't go down. So if anyone was in London, you would have known what it was like. Wednesday was a lot better. Thursday was even nicer. And Friday is pretty cool. Whenever I do these rides on the way home, I kind of go pretty slow. But I want to get home before about 6:30 tonight because Emma Raducanu's playing, the number one tennis player in the world. So I want to kind of make it home so I can watch that match at like 6:30. It was supposed to be starting at 5, but I think that second match on centre court pushed it out, which is good because I kind of like wanted to get some dinner. So gave me a chance to get some food, a little bit of dinner after work, so I'm not like rushing around. Friday evening I never cook. I always just basically go out and like get some takeaways or something, which makes it easier. Squeeze through this guy. Last night when I crossed over this bridge, it was like there was almost no one on it. I just cruised right across, but what's the time? 18 minutes past 5. It's like peak hour now. Guy on this truck doing. If you guys are new to my channel, you haven't subscribed, I ride a Vito L3 e-bike. I do 25 miles a day on it. It's 12.5 miles each way to work and back, and the bike does it really easily. Only uses 2 bars of electric charge. Costs me roughly about 6p, I think, to go to work and back each day. So about 3p to go to work and 3p to go back. So it's like really cheapest way. If I'm taking the underground, I'm paying almost £10 now. It's £4.60 each way. So I'm almost paying a tenner to take the underground. Whereas if I take my electric bike, it's only costing me, 6p. So that if I charge the bike all year and ride it every day, it's only going to cost me £16, and that's if I charge it twice a day, like flatten the battery. It's so it's like really cheap, even though the bike was like quite expensive, like not the most expensive e-bike. Like a bike like this was 800 quid for the Vito L3, but that was quite a lot. But it's like paid for itself. I've had it 2 years and it's paid for itself in the first year. Actually, first 3 months it paid for itself. So I rode it from April right through to December, November, and then I kind of like it up because of the rain. So I kind of just every winter I take it off. Green light. And I always get past, like, because my bike's really small, it doesn't go very fast. So I'm always getting passed by like bigger bikes, even Lime bikes pass my bike because they're just like way faster. But I didn't really buy it for speed. I bought it because it does 70 miles at a single charge. So I kind of like bought it for the endurance. And I've had it like 2 years now, and the battery hasn't decreased or anything. I put it up over winter for about 4 months. I didn't ride it, and the battery is just as good as like brand new. So, and I've probably charged it I've charged it every day for probably done at least 200 charges on it, and it's supposed to do about 1,000, which would, if I'm doing 200 charges a year, it's going to last me about 5 years before I need to get another battery. But I'll probably just get another bike by then, because it will have saved me so much money. It's already saved me over £3,000 riding an e-bike rather than taking the underground. Got an old vintage bus up here. When I first came to London, those buses were everywhere. Those old buses. Dodgy getting over this road. And guys, if you read the title, I'll probably mention this a couple of times, but I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by Christmas. So I've got another 4 months roughly. So if you guys are enjoying my stream, I do this like kind of every day. I've been streaming on the way home quite a lot now. So it would really help the channel if you guys would subscribe. And then I want to get to, by next July, I want to kind of have 1,000 subscribers. So I'm trying to get like about 5 subscribers every day, which is not that many. This traffic today is kind of heavier than normal. Usually there's hardly any cars here. I make it almost to the front without getting stopped. But I don't know why it's so busy today. Fridays are usually a bit better because a lot of people work from home. So there's not as many cars on the road, but it seems to be kind of unusually busy tonight. Maybe it's the summer or something. Everybody's gone out wanting to go somewhere. And if you guys stick with me about another 20 minutes, I'm going to be riding along the canal. And that's like about half-hour ride along the canal. So if you guys are from overseas or you don't really know much about the UK, stick around, because the canals are always kind of worth looking at. There's loads of stuff to see there. You always see some crazy stuff that happens along the canal. And Gloucester Road Tube is up here. About like 100 meters down there is Gloucester Road Tube. I always used to forget what that tube was called when I passed it. I had to look it up last night. And this road goes straight down to Hyde Park. So if you follow this, you hit Hyde Park, and then straight across Hyde Park takes you to Little Venice, Paddington area, a bit up from Paddington. It's always busy around here. Even in the mornings it's busy. There's always loads of buses and stuff parking up here. Give you guys a look around. And like one of the things you'll notice when you ride through London a lot is you see like loads of guys on bikes with Uber and Deliveroo bags. But honestly, before the pandemic, it was like nobody was riding push bikes. It was all on scooters, like 125 scooters. And then when the pandemic came along and nobody could get like work, and that everybody was signing up with delivery companies, and now look, you just passed one there, and now all of a sudden it's like there's loads and loads of guys doing deliveries on push bikes, electric bikes really. I did it for a while. I had an old Carrara bike, and I was really lucky because before the pandemic I signed up 1 week before all the offices got shut, so I managed to sign up with them, and I was the only guy in my area that was like doing a push bike, like non-electric bike, just a normal bike. Lost about 5 kilos in 1 year doing deliveries. I got really fit though, and it was kind of one of the because you were doing deliveries and stuff, it was one of the only you're one of the only people that were kind of allowed to like travel around. If you guys remember, you're allowed to do like, I think it was like half-hour exercise or hour exercise, and then you're kind of stuck in your house. This traffic is like really bad tonight because normally I would there wouldn't be any cars here at all. I'd just be cruising along, but it's I don't know why it's like that. It seems like there's a lot of people going out for drinks tonight as well. Friday evening. I mean, you'd expect it, especially in weather like this. This guy's like left a gap down here. I'm gonna get stuck behind this bus now. So yeah, it certainly is busy. Things moving. Oh, beautiful E-type Jag, man. Wow. You guys missed it, but there's a guy there with a beautiful E-type Jag. I think it was a 6-cylinder. I don't think it was a V12 model, but it's gonna cut me up. Oh man, it's gonna be a nightmare getting over here. So this is Hyde Park here. In the morning, if you come here at like even if it's 7 o'clock in the morning, 6:30, you always see like loads of people jogging here, and they jog up and down here and then kind of round all over the place. People with dogs as well. Loads of people walking their dogs in the morning. But it's a nice ride. And even in winter, like, it can be freezing cold, you know, almost snowing, and there's like still people jogging in the middle of winter here. This is kind of about a normal, this is about the normal amount of people you would get in this park at this time. I wouldn't say it's busier than normal. Let me show you, there's a lake here, pond, whatever you want to call it. So you can see there, that's like the little lake, people sitting by it, loads of swans and birds. And you know what? It's last night my microphone wasn't working, but had over 2,000 people check out the stream last night. It was really, really good. At one point there was like, I think close to 100 people just watching my stream, which was really nice. So if you guys, for anybody who's just joined, I mentioned it before, but I'm trying to get like 500 subscribers by Christmas time. So it would really help the channel if you would subscribe, and hopefully you guys like this. I always like, you know, I watch a lot of videos on people who ride their bikes. I was watching this guy in New York. He rode from like Brooklyn on his bike all the way into like Manhattan, down to Times Square. It's like really interesting, you know, to see what goes on in another person's country, because it's like, you know, completely like live, you know. So it's like, you know, it's exactly what you're going to get, you know. In 100 years, this will all be changed, and people will look at these old videos we take and they'll be like, wow, look what the people were wearing and stuff, you know. Sometimes I watch, there's this channel that posts videos of like footage from like 1930s, 40s and stuff. New York, Chicago, you know, Germany and things like that. It's like amazing to see. This is coming into Queensway now. So I'm gonna turn right, then left, and that's into Queensway. And I put noise reduction on, kind of block out the wind because the wind's really loudly. But so hopefully that will have worked. This road is quite busy, but in the mornings it's actually really quiet. I turn down here into Hyde Park, and there's like hardly ever any traffic. But this is always super busy around here. This is Queensway, and it used to be. This was known for a lot of kind of computer stores and stuff. There used to be these kind of old markets and that. It's kind of gone now. Like all the old buildings have kind of been, I think, renovated and stuff, and now there's like loads of stuff. Like you can see here, there at Starbucks, I think is new, and there's Five Guys restaurant that was never there like 20 years ago. It was all just like, it was kind of a bit it was like kind of a bit run down, especially this road. And then they've been fixing it up, and it became kind of really trendy. And now it's like super busy. I mean, look at all these guys on scooters here delivering. It goes to show you, you know, how much business there is for the restaurants. They're everywhere. And this is the quickest way if you guys are coming from like northwest London, you're heading into the city. This is kind of the quickest way to go straight down Harrow Road. Harrow Road takes you straight into Paddington. And then from Paddington you can go down to Edgware, or you can head down to Baker Street. If you turn right down Baker Street, it takes you directly to Oxford Street. This bit is here is like a bit more like what it was. All these kind of old, older shops selling stuff. It's not, if you like notice, it's got all the high-end kind of not high-end, but it's got all the kind of food places that have moved in. And then this place is still selling more the kind of traditional street what it was like 20 years ago. I'm gonna get these lights. No. About a month ago, they had all this blocked off. There was, let me show you that building over there, that big building over there. There was a gas leak in it, or something like that. Something was loose on the roof, so they blocked the whole street off. That big orange building there. So I had to kind of take a right here and then go back round, because I normally just cut straight up here, and then that takes you just up from Little Venice, and then I cut down onto the Harrow Road. And if you guys have just jumped into my stream. Just want to thank everybody for watching it. I do this stream a few times a week. And you probably saw the please subscribe button. I'm trying to get about 500 subscribers by Christmas time. So about 4 months. So I'm trying to get about 4 or 5 subscribers every day. And this channel isn't really just about, it's not all about e-bikes and stuff. It's just I mainly kind of do a lot of like riding on my e-bike, but it's more just about kind of general travel as well, or seeing places. I like to kind of stream this on the way home because shows a lot of, a lot of people don't live in like London. They don't really know what it's like. So it's good. It's good for people to kind of see what the city's like, if especially if you're from overseas and maybe you want to come here as a tourist. You want to see what it's like. Easiest way to see what a city is like is actually look at like a live stream, because it's not like edited or anything. You get the whole look of the city. And I always forget what bridge this is. It's but this is like Ladbroke Grove here. And this is Harrow Road, W2. This is a super busy road, this road. The only time this really kind of quietens down is about like 3, 4 in the morning, but it's generally pretty busy. And there's a skateboard park up here on the left. Sometimes they have events on it, and you'll hear music playing. Right down there on the left is like a skateboard park. There'll be like, put some like DJ in. Loads of people come down and go skating on a Friday, Saturday night. Kind of have a bit of a party. It's really windy now. And this is like, London seems to be a little bit busier than normal tonight, because there seems to be a lot more people kind of walking around here.
Yeah, first time for the
Harrow Road is always pretty busy though. Like from here right up to like Willesden Junction. It's kind of like pretty busy. And then it kind of goes more residential, and there's less shops. What's this guy doing? Car cut out in front of that van, and then neither of them could go. Must be prom or something in that school. There's loads and loads of kids out there. So this is, I'm going to cut down the canal here. And it's windier tonight. It's definitely windier tonight than it was last night. This bit is wind's super strong. This is kind of my favorite bit of the ride along the canal. But this is the busiest bit on the canal. So Sainsbury's, there's people, loads of spikes, and loads. Haven't seen like what a canal is like. You can see all these boats here. And I want to show you this. I'll drive a bit slower up here because you can see a burnt out canal boat. So let me just show you. So up here, you can see that boat there. It's been sitting there for about at least 6 months. You can see it's been burnt out. There was actually 2 boats. They burnt out on the same day. 2 canal boats. I don't know what happened, like why it happened, but the police were down here. And the other boat sat there for a long time. I think it was like a big kind of steel narrow boat. So maybe they kind of fixed it up, but that boat looks plastic. So it was like, I think the plastic just like melted on it, and it's been sitting there ever since. But you'll see loads and loads of boats that have sunk along here. Since I've been riding along here, I've seen at least, I would probably say, like in the last few years, about 50 boats that have been sunk. That pub is really busy tonight. And there's another skateboard park up here. This is always kind of busy. Yeah, if you guys have just joined me, you've probably been hearing me saying it's like really busy tonight. It's like super busy out tonight. So there's way more people than normal. Way more people than last night when I was riding home, but obviously it was like late. So I went to a concert last night, finished work, and went to a concert for a couple of hours. So I was riding home about 8:30 at night, got home I think just before 9, and it was a lot quieter. But you can see, if you guys don't know much about canals, you can see all these boats along here. And when we go further out, if you stick with me, you'll see there'll be a lot less boats, right? And the reason is like there's no shops further out. So a lot of these boats here, they need, you got to buy your food and water and, all the stuff. You need shops and that. And the further out you go, like if you go out past Alberton, there's there's no supermarkets and stuff to buy stuff, and that's why there's like loads of them here, because they can walk. If you own one of these canal boats, you can like walk half a mile down the road. I'm gonna go on to this bit here, and then you can walk half a mile down the road and go to like a Sainsbury's or something. But if you go further out, there's less supermarkets, and so you can't buy food and everything. And that's why there's like so many of them here. It's kind of convenient. A lot of these guys might be like constant cruisers. Here's another boat sunk. So you can see that boat there is like sunk as well. It's been sitting there for a long time. And I don't know why, I don't know what the owner does, whether the owner just abandons the boat, or, who's responsible for actually pulling the boat out of the canal. It happens pretty quick sometimes. Sometimes I've been riding down here and I see a boat sunk, and it happened really quick, and you can tell it happened really quick because the person who owns the boat still got all their stuff in. So you see their clothes and all their possessions kind of floating around in the river. And I'm guessing if you knew your boat was going to sink, then you wouldn't, you would move all your valuable stuff out. So I don't know whether like, maybe it's like these canal boats, a lot of them are steel. And if you don't do the maintenance on them, maybe the water rusts the steel out and then the boat sinks. Or maybe, something hit it or something. I don't know why so many of them sink. Maybe it's just like on a heavy rain, if the rain's too heavy, then the boat will just get kind of waterlogged and then just go under. You can see that a lot of these boats are kind of being fixed up. This boat here that we're just passing now looks like they're kind of renovating it. Doesn't look in good shape. But I've often wanted to like live on a canal boat. You can get like a really, really nice canal boat, like not a big one, just a little one for about, little canal boat for like, really nice one for about, say, 29,000, 30,000 pounds. Like the small one, like this green one here, like a 30 foot, 28 foot or something. And then, the living costs are really, really a lot less than renting an apartment. Once, as long as you don't owe money on the boat. The canal river trust fees, I think, for a boat like that, I think are about £800 a year. And then if you're continuously cruising, you don't pay mooring fees. And then you've got your food and accommodation, food and your things like gas. And so you put another like 500 quid on for gas, electricity, water's free. And I think electricity might be free if you're moored up somewhere as well. But if you have to buy your propane and stuff like that. So it's like 1,500. I guess at least another 2, maybe 3,000 on food. So you could really kind of like live on, as long as your boat was paid off, you could probably live for under 5,000, cooking your own meals and everything, and just cruising around. Nice lifestyle. You see a lot of these guys who own boats, they oh, that's the kids here. I'll let this guy go in front of me here. Go on, mate, you can go. No, you go first, man, because you're going to be way faster than me, man. So, just let this guy go because he's on like super fast e-bike, way quicker than mine. Ooh, kind of let's see. Yeah. And this bit here is like always busy as well. Loads of boats around here. Living on the canal is like real lifestyle orientated, real chilled out way to live. No stress. If I owned a canal boat, I could probably get away with like working like 3 days a week just to pay my bills. And you can see, let me just straighten that camera up. There we go. Yeah. You can see how busy it is around here. It's because we just passed the Sainsbury's. If you were with me, you saw me go up that hill where those kids were going down. That's Sainsbury's right there. And there used to be a sunken boat here as well. It was here for a long time. I think it was a plastic boat as well, and it sunk and then it was just left to sit for like like about a year, and then that's it there actually. Oh, they're fixing it up. I don't know how they floated it. I don't know whether it had a hole in it or but it looks like somebody's just passed it there. I didn't give you guys a shot, but they're painting it, and so they must have fixed up the hole or whatever was wrong with it. It gets there's a lot less boats kind of now. Once you get past this little bit here, and you go further out, there's way less boats. It's kind of there's a bit more congested, and these boats always move around because a lot of these guys are constant cruisers, continuous cruisers, so they just move their narrow boat, move their boat like about a mile down, so they don't pay fees. It saves them money. And you can this is the Grand Union Canal actually. So if you guys are like wondering what canal this is the Grand Union, and it goes from pretty much I think like Little Venice, and it goes all the way past Birmingham. I think it's like 130 miles or something, or 140 miles. It's like something like that. But you can take it up there. I think it's the longest canal in the UK. And a really nice kind of afternoon for a nice ride. It looks like they put some pontoons on this. You guys, check this out. Check this pontoon out. So they put these in like they're doing maintenance work there, and so this is like they build these like portable walkways, and they're made out of plastic. They're just like floating pontoons. And sometimes there's even more of them. I remember about a year ago I came down here, like there was 3 of them, like all in a row. And actually the National Grid were giving out flyers about a couple of weeks ago. They're going to close this part of the canal, this path, and they're closing it from like Little Venice right up to Alperton, I think. So they're doing it in parts, which is going to be a bit of a pain. So I'll have to find another way. I have to like take the road, which is not. I definitely prefer taking the canal to taking the road. And in the morning, always so many people jogging along here. Like if you go along here, 7:30 in the morning, you'll see loads and loads of people jogging along here. People walking their dogs. Those guys who build their own like homemade e-bikes with like 1,000-watt motors, those guys really fly, man. Like my little Obviously mine's like a, like a legal e-bike and stuff like that. Uh, and if I'm going downhill with like wind and that, I can get up to about 20 mile an hour because it's limited to like 15. But those guys who build their own bikes and stuff, like that guy flew past, those guys will do like 50 mile an hour on e-bikes. And even those line bikes are pretty quick. I get passed by like line bikes all the time as well. But like I said, like when I bought my bike, because I'm riding like 25 miles a day, I bought my bike to for endurance, for like range. So I didn't buy this bike to go really fast. And if you guys are interested in how much money it saved me, I've had this bike for 2 years now, or just over 2 years. I got it in April. So I've had it for 2 years, 2 months, and it saved me over £3,000 so far. Costs me about 6p a day, 7p a day to get to my work and back, which is it's got 5 bars on the battery, and I only ever use, sometimes in winter when the battery gets a little more drained, it'll drop down 3 bars, but usually I'm only using 2 bars. So by the time I get to my house, I've gone down 40%, so I've still got 60% of the battery left, which is like really good. They advertise it as doing 70 miles just on the battery alone, without the pedal assist. And then with the pedal assist, you're supposed to be able to do like 125 miles. So it really kind of extends the range on it. And you guys notice there's way less boats out here, because it's just there's not many shops out here to buy food and stuff, so it's like harder to live out here. Even though you probably can't see them, but there's anchor points on the canal for boats. It's just a lot of people, I guess, want to be in walking distance of like shops and stuff to, if you need to buy stuff. And this bit here where all these boats are, sometimes it's really busy and sometimes there's no boats here at all. Let me just check something. Someone posted a comment. Let me see what it says. Is this the same canal that runs adjacent to Victoria Park? I don't know if this is the one that goes. Yeah, I think it probably. Let me think on that question. I've taken this like down to. This goes all the way down to Little Venice, and then it goes out to Camden. I don't know if this goes all the way down to Victoria Park, but it may do. But there's lots of different canals and they all kind of connect up. So it's like, you can take this canal and there'll be an offshoot and take another canal. And in the mornings when I ride along here, uh, I always like it to be kind of overcast, warm but overcast, because the sun, this is going east to west. And so when you're riding along here in the morning, you've got the sun kind of directly in your eyes. And the problem with that is, like, when the sun hits the water becomes like becomes really reflective, like glass, like mirrored glass. And then it just basically like almost kind of blinds you. That's why I always ride with really kind of dark glasses on along here. You can actually walk. You can actually take this from Little Venice or Camden, and you can actually walk. I think walk all the way out to Watford at least. You might even be able to walk further along this tow path. I've taken it out to the what are those hills called? They were built out of the old. Here's a boat here, canal boat, cruising along. Those hills that were built out of the old Wembley Stadium. Then what was it? Always forget the name of them, like Norwick Hills or something. And you can this path goes all the way out there. These guys are cruising. And it goes further actually. I've never actually ridden along here to see how far it goes. Because you can just like ride for miles along this path. And guys, if you guys have stuck with me all the way on the stream, that's great. If you're kind of, if you just found my stream and you're watching me now, I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by Christmas. So I got 4 months. I'm trying to get like at least 4 or 5 subscribers every day on my stream, on my ride. So it would really help me if you guys could, subscribe to the channel. And I hope, especially if you're overseas, you kind of might find this quite interesting. Let this guy go ahead. And that's the other thing you see, like when you go along here, you'll always see loads and loads of people, well not a lot, but you'll see quite a lot of people fishing. So I've even seen people like camping by, like put tents up along the canal, and then like you see them like fishing all day along the canal, and then staying here for a couple of days. It's quite popular. I think you're supposed to have a license like to fish in the UK. I don't know if like the people here buy licenses or whatever, or maybe they just turn up and start fishing. I think you're supposed to buy some type of fishing license or something. But sometimes you see kids in that as well. A couple of kids will come down and start fishing. And there's loads of factories. You can hear all that noise, that's like a factory. And up here, if you go up this side, there's a turning right there on my left. And these are all like, there's a load of factories behind here. This is I think this is like Stonebridge Park area. So if you, there's a turning up here on the left. If you take this, it's kind of just past Stonebridge Park. And then you can, if you go turn up here and then turn right and right again, it'll take you kind of down to Stonebridge Park. And if you go left, it'll take you up to Wembley. It's good. Somebody's put it like a plastic bag down for beer cans. And I'm trying to make it home tonight by 6:30 to watch Emma Raducanu play. She was supposed to be playing at 5, and I went for dinner tonight. I stopped in at like a little local Thai place I go to on the way home from work. And that kind of like, took me half an hour or something. And then the game was supposed to be at 5 o'clock. And I was thinking, I'm not going to be able to, I'm going to miss it. But I think one of the men's games went like a lot longer, which is good. So they pushed the Emma Raducanu game up to 6:30. So it means I'm going to be able to get home and watch that game as well. Hopefully she's going to do really well tonight. She had like a fabulous game the other night. So really on form, I thought. And won decisively 6-3, 6-3. You can see here a few more boats along this part of the canal. And just up here, I'll stop and show you guys Wembley. So this is coming into Wembley now. Go on, mate.
Yeah.
No problem. This bit here is always like really rough because I got such a small bike with 14-inch wheels. Kind of like bumpy. But I tell you, this bike is, I've had no problems with this bike. Like this Fido L3. I've had it for 2 years, and the only thing I've spent on it is I've changed the brake pads, which cost me £20. So for 2 years, like the only maintenance I've done on this bike is just changing the back and front brake pads. I can get about 1,000 miles off each brake pad, so I've had to change the back ones twice, and I've changed the front ones once, and that's all I've spent, along with about probably maybe £20. So for 2 years traveling throughout London to work, it's cost me roughly £40. Let me just back up a bit here. Let me just show you guys, all you people out there who are watching, that there, you might not be able to see it, but just behind those green trees, you might be able to see the Wembley Arch. So that's like Wembley Stadium right there. So you turn off up here. I'm going to be turning off up here. And all these buildings here, these are all new builds. Like this wasn't here like say 10 years ago. This is I think this is the M25. Show you guys that. I think that's the M25. Look how packed it is. It's like absolutely crazy. And like I was saying, all these buildings up here, they've built everywhere. Like the whole Wembley area has just been like built up. Like 20 years ago, there was the old Wembley market, and you used to be able to go along, and there was like food stalls and all that type of stuff. Nowadays, look at this here. These are all new builds. So all those buildings are completely new. And you'd think like, you can't even get, it's not like they're cheap property. Like one of those buildings there has got to be like a 1-bedroom apartment. You're probably looking at like 300,000 at least for shared ownership. So it's not like they built you know, cheap apartments for people to live in. They built them, but they still cost an absolute fortune. You know, most people who, you know, you still need like a really good salary or two people, you know, living in one apartment, and that's just for a one bed. If you go for a two bed apartment, probably looking at like 400, maybe even more. And they've built this up now, so they can't really build any more now. But it looks quite nice. Loads of places to sit out there. And usually there's nobody really sitting out there, but they've even put some deck chairs up. And it's got Grand Union Canal deck chairs, so they've made it kind of nice. And guy behind me. I'm going to finish my ride up here. I'm going to stop in, do a bit of shopping. There's another Sainsbury's up here. Alperton Sainsbury's is up here. So I'm going to stop and do a bit of shopping for the night and then hopefully get home. And if you guys have, if there's any of you who are still who joined me in South London, it's like fantastic that you guys stuck with me for such a long time. And I do this ride every day. It's always different every day. So I usually kind of stream in the evenings on this channel or another one of my channels. So I'm gonna stop here. Just need a flat area to stop my bike. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's really good. I'm going to kind of stop the stream now, and like I said, like a couple of times, I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by Christmas. So it would really help the channel if you would like and subscribe. And I do this kind of ride, you know, 2 or 3 times a week. So you know, you're more than welcome to join me. And if you guys just joined me now, you're kind of right at the end. I've ridden all the way from South London, Clapham, right through to Alperton. But if you've just missed me, like subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back doing this ride again on Monday, Tuesday, and I'll catch everybody later. And just want to say thanks for everybody who watched my video today. I hope everybody has a good weekend, and take care. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. See you on the next stream.